What's good, YouTube? Smashing Pumpkin here, coming at you guys with like the fourth time I failed this video. But anyway, I'll give it another shot. Um, I'll talk about the format at Nationals probably, like what decks you're probably gonna see, what you're not gonna see, in my opinion. And then, hey, my face is up here. Okay, so anyway, and then I'll talk about like what I think is probably gonna win. Spoiler alert, Tengu. But anyway, let's get to the video. First thing I'm going to talk about is Tengu. This deck's just going to tear stuff up at Nationals because it's just like Tengu, bro. It sinks really quickly. It's like probably one of the quickest decks in the format. Like consistent quick decks, like not like FTK, like sometimes I win decks. But anyway, yeah, Tengu can just like bust out monsters and then they just like kill you. And then everyone's gonna be playing that deck because it's like been winning nationals. Like my locals is like 3/4 Tengu, and then like 1/4 Glad Beast, and then like a fraction of anything else. Glad Beast is also going to be very popular at nationals. Best for Tengu, I'm going to be going with like 10 people topping, like 8 at top 32, and then like 8 people at the very least. I'll go with 10 though. 10 is a good number. Samurai, like 3 or 4 people are going to top with Samurai. If you're smart, you run D-Fissure and Samurai, because you're just like pro and shit, and then you fuck up every other deck. Like you don't need your graveyard too badly in 6 Samurai, but then you can't come back. I mean, you sort of like, you just like put everything on the line. Gravekeepers, it's probably going to be pretty unpopular. There we go. It's probably going to be pretty unpopular. I mean, it's too slow. And you don't really lock down Tengu too much. But you do lock down Dobble decently. So there are probably going to be a few people playing it. And then like a couple of lucky people go to day 2. And then like one person's going to be like in the top 32. Because he just rips the nuts all the time. Water Synchro and Junk Dobble, like you're gonna see a few of those decks throughout the day. They're not gonna be as popular as Tengu, but you're still gonna see a lot of them. I mean, it's like it's just like sinking, bro. Like, it's just like such a rotten format. Anyway, back to what I was saying. Like, 2 people are gonna top with Water Synchro because it's just like a good deck. And then, gotta think of a number. 3 people are gonna top with Junk Dobble. Yeah. Trace. Worms. I hope someone tops with it. I hope Nationals is won by Worms instead of Tengu. But it's gonna be won by Tengu. You're kidding yourself if it's not. If you think not. But yeah, Worms, someone's going to be running that deck, and you're going to play them, and you're going to be like, what do these cards do? Worm Nebula Meteorite. I threw those away. And then get beat by that common that you threw away. Salty? I think so. Stun, no one's going to play in that deck. It's too slow. Like, there's so many decks in this format, they're just too slow. Or they just aren't nearly as consistent as like other decks. Sabers are one of those. Dragunity, Fish OTK, because it's too inconsistent. KMP, Flamvell, list goes on, Lightsworn. But yeah, Infinities too, and Blackwings. Blackwings are going to be, there's still going to be some idiots playing Blackwings, but they aren't going to matter too much unless they like open 2 Icarus attacks, and then like everything's destroyed, and then it's top decking mode. But yeah, I don't think that they do too well against plants. I mean, like Shura versus Dandelion's hilarious, but then they just make their shit and blow you up. Perfection's gonna be good. One card outing things is very good. So I think someone's gonna top with that. And I'm calling this. Someone's going to be playing Hopeless and they're going to do well. It's a good deck, like no lie. Spamming big beaters, and then they have the anti-meta guy, Dodger Dragon, and the Kokimare Drago thing that stops people from just like wrecking your face. Which is really good against Junk Dobble. It's not as, it's good against Tengu too, because Tengu isn't very good against 1900 beaters, from what I've heard. But anyway, someone's going to top with Hopeless. Top 32. Maybe a Vayu Turbo guy topping. I don't know. I don't know why I transitioned. They're totally different decks, but someone's going to have to do it. Glads. Glads is a very popular deck. Is going to be a very popular deck at Nationals. There are going to be like 2 or 3 because War Chariot is a card, and so is Geyseris. Both are very scary cards for a lot of decks. Let's see. Someone's going to top with Machina, and they're going to be Asian. And it's just going to be very swell. Scraps. Someone's going to top with Scraps. Scraps is very, very good. It's underrated too. Like, it was overrated for a period, and then it got underrated. And I think it's going to like make a comeback because like any deck that runs Decree is just like nightmarish matchups for people that run traps. They're just like, what do I do? My Solemn Warnings are garbage. Let me check the timer real quick. And then you get to look at the ceiling. Oh, lovely. Oh, I'm almost done. This isn't as bad as the other ones. There are going to be some trolls running troll decks like Chain Burn and Empty Jar and random OTKs. Tech Genesis is going to be a deck. Their creature swap card is very good. And then they just like run over you with their anti-meta. And you're just like, well, damn. Why did that happen? Nobody's going to be playing like very slow decks. Hero Beat's good though. Yeah, because people are just bottomless alias all day. And then you just punish them for it. And they're just like, it hurts. And then I can make big monsters too with Miracle Fusion. It's a good deck. You should be making it right now instead of sleeping. Yeah, and then some random deck's going to top that you never thought was even a deck. Like Bite Shoes Turbo, or maybe a Malefic deck. Maybe like the Gear Town deck that topped in like Orlando or some shit. Like something like that's gonna happen. Or maybe Counter Fairies. Like if Counter Fairies win, so I'll just be like the happiest person in the world because like everyone's like, that deck's garbage, and I'm like, I like it. It makes some advantage. It's not a big wig, but it's like a mover and a shaker. But anyway. Top 4 is probably going to look like a Tengu Synchro. Oh, Macro's going to be there. I mean, I know it only top 8'd, but people are going to be like, oh, this stops everything. Let's run this deck. Because that's what people are. Because the people that can't do and they can't copy, they just try to like fuck your shit up. Like me. Because I can't make... I could have just like sell everything, but this is beside the point. Top 8 is going to look like one Tengu Synchro, one Gladiator Beast, one Junk Dobble, and Dead Air, maybe a Samurai. I'll go with Samurai. Who gives a damn? Yeah, but that's what I think my predictions are. Smashing Pumpkin signing out. Deuces.